One of the things I am tired of and that I am very passionate about is the weaponization of religion for political means in this country. So as you guys know, Kamala Harris attended a event here at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church in Atlanta, Georgia. And this actually links up to something I have to say that happened here while I was at church in Houston just last Sunday. But first, let's look at her entrance on into the church and listen to the words they are singing allegedly to God as she walks in. He's here with the entourage right there. And we can get into this church more and how shrieky and screechy churches tend to get and all that yapping and stuff like that. But that's not what this episode's about. But she's walking in and the people are singing allegedly all praise and glory and honor to God. Like, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. And then later she gets up there and yaps off incoherently. You have some teleprompters on the screens, as you can see, to about a crowd of maybe like 8,000 people who are just going to sit there and listen to her yapping and taking, who are already going to vote for her anyway. But then you have all the screeching. But when you go down into the comments and you see what they're saying, they're actually mad. People, I'm surprised. Congratulations to them for leaving the comments on. They're actually mad about what happened and how she kicked out 2 Christians for saying Jesus is Lord in at some campaign rally the day before, which is ridiculous. But there's this another thing here where I was listening to a sermon from this pastor from the Matt Walsh show, where he was comparing Kamala Harris to Esther, saying that Mordecai knew how to step aside and let Esther, Queen Esther, take the throne. Okay, well, no. And this pastor also has a bunch of other loony political and socio-political ideas as well. But, this also has to do with my church, where we actually said that the exact same thing, where the pastor compared Kamala Harris to Esther. Okay, first of all, I may not be a biblical scholar, but I know enough Bible. I've read the whole Bible. I've read the book of Esther. No. She's nothing like Esther. First of all,
whatever you can.
Esther actually had to win her primary, I guess, because she was, the prettiest and the best and whatever. And also, she was brave. She had to confront Haman with the king. She had to, take some risks. She would just be weeping and crying and, falling apart. So, there's some two ways that she's not like Esther. Second of all, Esther, if Esther was still around nowadays, Esther would have had support for Israel, seeing as, she was Jewish, and that's basically what Esther did in the Bible. So, I don't think we should keep going with these Esther comparisons. But here's the clip from the Matt Walsh show. I just got to skip through this ad and turn on the sound. So I'm going to pause the clip here so then we can show you guys. All right, so here is this loony pastor's, he's on a podcast giving his vision for the church. So let's listen to what he has to say.
He coming in. And that's the group that I'm going after. Yeah.
Oh,
so this is the person.
I missed the entire clip. So let's go back. There we go.
And maybe that's an issue that deserves some of your attention, rather than just taking it for granted and using it as a means to lecture people for not voting for Kamala Harris. But he's saying that black men were misogynists also because they didn't support Stacey Abrams, and now they're misogynists because they won't support Kamala Harris. This is the pastor that Kamala is trying to court. And just to be clear about who this pastor is and what he stands for, here's the vision for his church that he laid out in a podcast last year. Listen.
For me to tell 16-year-olds to be celibate is one thing. A 37-year-old who's used to getting some, I need a different kind of gospel.
Yeah.
So the church ain't telling me nothing about sex toys. They ain't saying nothing about the church telling me to be celibate, but my gynecologist saying something got to happen down there because your stuff's shutting down.
Yeah.
So we got to have real gospel for grown-ups.
I'm about to go to New Birth. I'm going to New Birth on Sunday.
No. So
we got these, annoying people running around yapping, thinking that they're, somewhat important. you're not.
The church is not relatable to our generation and down. I'm looking for people that smell like weed. I'm at the.
Oh yes. I was listening to this, just listening to the show. I started laughing when I started hearing what he's about to say next.
Place for Sean. Really is. New Birth is the largest land-owning black church in America.
Wow. Oh dear. And here you guys go. You guys know the whole shtick. You know that there's the whole stick. You know that they're going to start yapping about, how it's so amazing and so great, and how they're going to, giving out points like that. And there's people like these podcasters and urban view types who are basically practically the scum of the earth. They're always like annoyed, always, have to always trying to woke or something, kind of like woke light, like, they kind of like worship blackness. And, like I always say, the worship of blackness is like a scum. There's a stain upon the nation, right? We need to get rid of that.
And so my position to my deacons is, why aren't we not raising cannabis?
Could you imagine if Paul was still alive and he was writing a letter to this church, and he was like, so I don't even know where to begin. Like, I've done some reporting on churches that I've attended, and have some sketch stuff there. Like on nottheboy.com, people were I took a picture of a church that was selling a full-length wall poster of Kamala, when it was still voter registration, going on here in Texas. There was a man screaming, "The black woman will save us! The black woman will save us!" But, I mean, this beats it all. I mean, I can't confirm, I've never heard of trying to cultivate drugs using your church property. But, to each their own. Let's continue.
I'll be able to bring in black males. They're able to do it legally.
Do you realize how bad that sounds? Ah, yes, we're going to bring in black males to form drugs at my church. You better be glad that you're black. If you were white, this headlines from CNN would rightfully be, white man wants black slaves to come cultivate his tobacco farm or whatever. Like, what?
I'm teaching them farming.
Oh my God.
I'm helping them to enhance the ecosystem.
She's sitting there like, wow, man, so profound. A church that helps cultivate drugs. She's not wrong though. That is profound. It is, you do have to think about that. And by think about that, I mean, say, bro, what? Like, what the skibbity rizzle dinky dink is this?
This is the kind of conversation. So if the guy, black boy in Bankhead said, they growing weed at the church, where do I join?
Yes.
Yeah. If your church is so boring and so annoying that you have to sell drugs and get people to farm them for you at the church, you maybe have a problem there. Just, I don't know, sing about it. Have a better preaching. Maybe don't have annoying, washed up scum politicians come to your church and yap incoherently for 18 minutes. Maybe that would help increase viewership. And, they do this at lots of churches all over America. They have these scum of the earth, rando politicians get up on stage and be like, vote for me, don't vote for me, because, they can't legally say, vote for me because some IRS law or something like that. So, they can't invite politicians, they can all come in screeching and stuff like that. But, that doesn't stop criminals like representative from Texas, something Jones. I shared this video far and wide with everybody that I know who can get this twitchy, not to be I haven't sent it into Daily Wire yet. Maybe Daily Wire will check it out. But I've sent this video far and wide. This actually happened while I was in church, and then immediately after I spliced the relevant part so I wouldn't dox myself. But here's a clip. You can go look this guy up. He's actually, and I find this very, very funny and very interesting. He actually served jail time back in 2018 and 2019 for hiring a felon to help him get some business for his for his law business, which is now defunct, and now he has to go around and start begging people to vote for him for his measly position over in Fort Bend or something like that. Oh no, and he's also chair of the Congressional Black Caucus in Texas. Which hot take here, not that hot. I really don't think we should have caucuses based on race or gender. I mean, that's just stupid. I mean, could you imagine if we had a congressional white caucus like that? That'd be very, very stupid and dumb. Also, if the only thing that you can advance in life is being a congressional black caucus, yeah, that's sad. All right, so here's the clip of the video. I did share this on my 4-part series from 2 days ago, but here's the full clip. Well, 52 seconds of it all. He does yap on for a little bit more, but this has to be a short. So here you go. Here's the key parts.
I think Michelle Obama said
yeah,
it best.
Let's rewind here because he says that kind of, he says a joke about black jobs, which caused, all the people in the audience were like, oh my gosh, I'm so smart. Yes, haha, that's funny. Trump bad, Trump racist. All right, let's go.
We got to do our black jobs.
And too bad there's no mics in the audience or something. People, whatever. Let's go.
I think Michelle Obama said it best. We got to do something. And I can't tell you who to vote for up here, but I can.
All right, guys. Notice what second mark is? It's at the 11-second mark. Heck, I'll be nice to him. The 10-second mark. Okay, now let's count the seconds until he tells us who to vote for. All right, ready? Let's play a game, guys.
Tell you that there is so much at stake. There are people who literally want to take us back. They want
literally 2 seconds in. He's like, I can't tell you who to vote for, but I can tell you who not to vote for. So it's either who or Jill Stein, guys.
Want to roll back the clock. Not on our watch. Not on our watch will we go back to days of Jim Crow. Not on our watch will we go back.
I mean, does the other candidate have a time machine that would take him back 60 years? Because if he did, I'd still vote for him. Well, I wouldn't. Too young. But if I could, I would. Because, time travel is neat.
To women being second-class citizens.
He's saying this in a church, and he's talking about, killing children. So, great influence over the children like me who are in church here who had to hear this yapping.
Not on our watch will we go back where black folks have to beg to vote. Too many of our ancestors.
I like to beg to get you off the stage,
whose shoulders we stand on died. They literally died for their precious right to vote. So I want y'all to show up and show out starting tomorrow, and let's go vote in record numbers. And I think we can make history and get our first black woman. We gotta.
Yeah, I think that counts as we all know who you basically are explicitly telling us to vote for. Condoleezza Rice isn't running for office this year, so I think anyone with half a brain can info who you want us to vote for. Also, more explicit from going on from that, you have the Esther stuff. Like we said, Kamala Harris isn't Esther. She's not even a tenth of the woman Esther was, and Esther, was like a teenager or like 20. So, Esther was, 10 times the woman at 3 times less the age of Kamala Harris. So that's honestly something. That's something that. Also, when we talk about weaponizing religion, it's not just people in church coming up here and yapping and pushing their failed policies and coming in and crying, get their stuff here and basically lying up there on stage. It's also kids. To be honest, I one time posted on X talking about that, in real life, and those of you who know from the SSA LTW series, right? I was always in these debates with kids and stuff about, religion and stuff like that. And of course, I win the debates because I'm more of an expert than them. But, they'll be like, well, you see, you don't like teenage dating, so that means you're gay. And then, of course, they try to bait me into, saying, oh, so gay is a sin. Really? Jesus loved the gays. And of course, I dismantle them because they only know how to weaponize religion when it only benefits them. Also, I was, prominently anti, premarital sex, especially amongst teenagers. And I'll be like, guys, premarital sex is a sin. And they'll be like, The Bible says to be fruitful and multiply. I'm like, you couldn't recite Genesis 1:1 if your life depended on it. If the entire free world was at stake and Russia was going to launch nukes at your house, you couldn't recite all of Genesis 1:1, let alone Genesis 3:16. So, I think I know more about be fruitful and multiply than what child. So, and I think this kind of draws into a broader group of these people. Like Ali Stuckey says, I haven't read the book. Weaponized toxic empathy. I think I want to go farther. I think they're weaponizing Christianity as a whole. They're weaponizing Christianity to get in these terrible, terrible people like Kamala Harris to come to the churches and all this screaming and screeching for all praise and glory and honor and to her. And then you have people from here directly comparing her to Esther because she saved the Jews and Kamala Harris is going to save the blacks, as the guy was saying in the church foyer. And they have a full poster up of her. But if they did this for the other side, they'd be talking about Christian nationalism, they'd be talking about white supremacy and all this stuff like that. They try to weaponize empathy to put in abortion. They try to weaponize empathy to get these terrible policies enacted. And I'm tired of it. I'm fed up with religion being weaponized, just in general, and also on me personally by these kids who are running around here talking about who think they know more about religion, more about Christianity than me, and try to like find me in all these scandals. And guess what? They find nothing. A, I'm smarter than them, and B, there's no scandal that you can find on me whatsoever. I mean, it's ridiculous. But I'm trying to find a picture here of what they were selling in the church. I mean, it was really an annoying poster. I mean, the poster was stupid. Okay, and let's see if I can find the poster. I can't remember if this poster was before or after I called her annoying. I've been on this woman for a long time. She's very, very annoying. Let's see. I'm just gonna type in Kamala Harris poster. Oh my gosh, she has an I'm speaking poster. That's sad, and I think I'm going to cry. Alrighty, folks, I found the poster here. Here's an image of the full poster. Hopefully you guys can see this on the screen, and then I'll show you the actual images that I took from the church. This is what the poster looks like. You have all these people here. It's Michelle Obama. I guess we can do a whole episode on her. She's done absolutely nothing. Like zip. Like she married. She got lucky and married right. Big whoop. All right. And here's the poster from the church. Of course, I can't just like stand there and take a picture. But they were selling these full size posters. I mean, this is on a literal easel. I wonder what the full size is. I can't see, but yeah, they're selling this in church, and I guarantee if you have like I don't know Trump here with I don't know like his wife and DeSantis, and man, you have all the losers here. You got Stacey Abrams, you got Obama, you have these like old people here. You have a woman that looks like she's from that NASA movie about the female computers. So yeah, great team there, great strong team. So yeah, guys, I guess we've learned two things today. First of all, the weaponization of Christianity for your political ends is terrible, and B, the worship of blackness is a scourge on humanity. And honestly, I cannot wait to see it defeated. God bless.